Hi, it's John from Under the Table Hot Sauce. I'm here with my friend, the star of the show, Jimmy Farrow.
Yeah, what's up, JB?
Nah, nothing.
It's been a hot summer, and for all your barbecue needs, you can go to underthetablehotsauce.com. 13 unique flavors to choose from, created and bottled in a Long Island kitchen. Underthetablehotsauce.com. Let's go chow, JB.
Let's do it.
All the flavor, twice the burn.
The Monty and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by.
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
Like that.
Gunther breaks the Intercontinental title record. WWE superstar that surpasses 35-year-old mark held 35 years.
Yeah, man.
Jimmy.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
1988's a long
Gunther
time
is
ago.
now the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history.
Yes.
Breaking the record stood 35 years, officially surpassing
Nice.
the Honky Tonk Man
Very
on
nice.
Friday.
Well deserved.
Listen,
well done.
You and I
well
have
done, Gunther.
a lot of love for the IC title.
We do. Absolutely.
So I'll start
Especially
this,
when it
and
really
then I got
meant
a ton
something.
of questions for you here.
Sure. Go ahead. What are we doing?
Gunther, first I want to give Gunther credit.
Yes.
Gunther, we love the Intercontinental title, and for so long
It was
destroyed.
It was irrelevant.
Gunther has made it.
Yeah. Made it important.
Is it more important than Seth Rollins' world title?
That's interesting. I would say that this reign is more important of Gunther's than this current reign
Do you
of
look
Seth.
more-
Even though Seth is going to historically, this is going to be important because he was the first champion of this
Right.
recent world heavyweight title. But if you're comparing the two right now, Gunther's reign has obviously got the head start for shit sure.
So the question to you now, Pharaoh, is I'm going to ask you: is Gunther the greatest Intercontinental Champion? But we're going to do it this way.
Okay.
I pulled a list of Intercontinental Champions that I thought could challenge
All right.
Gunther. Some with very short reigns, some with longer reigns.
Someone's missing.
And
on
I
this
want your
list.
and if you see someone I missed, by all means add it in.
Sure, you got it.
We're going to start with the Ultimate Warrior. Is Gunther's reign, is Gunther a greater IC champion than the Ultimate Warrior?
Yes.
Why?
Many reasons. The Ultimate Warrior's Intercontinental reign was most memorable for the victory of obtaining the belt. But his defenses and stuff like that are not. You name me a few classics.
He wrestled Andre. Not that it's a classic, but it was big deal.
I don't consider Warrior's Intercontinental run to be that fantastic.
Fair enough. I mean,
just don't.
That's a, next up, Rick Rude.
Yes, he's had a better reign than Rick Rude.
You thought about it, though.
I did have to think about it because Rick Rude I absolutely unconditionally love and
How great was Rick Rude as Intercontinental champion?
Rude was pretty damn great. But if you're asking me about the reign,
Yep.
then I'm going to say Gunther. I'm going to say
Honky
Gunther.
Tonk Man.
Yes.
Is it close? Gunther still got a while to go.
In-ring performance-wise, no, it's not close. Memorability-wise, Honky Tonk may have him, but I feel like Gunther's reign is superior to Honky Tonk's.
So right now, Gunther, in your mind, is the
So
greatest
far.
Intercontinental
So
champion.
far.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yes, Gunther's
Why?
got him too. For basically the same reasons as these other ones. I mean, I don't really recall Ricky being any kind of dominating Intercontinental champion. I think it's nice that, he held the title, but again, not enough for me to go, oh yeah, better than Gunther. We're talking about Gunther's reign. We're not talking about who's
Understood.
better. So everybody
But
understands
we're also
that.
discussing who's the greatest Intercontinental
Right.
champion of all time.
This is correct. This is
Macho
correct.
Man Randy Savage.
Oh boy. Oh. Oh. Go to the next one. We'll go back to him.
Pedro Morales. When you think Intercontinental champion,
I know, but now I'm going
Pedro
to. Now we're
Morales.
just being partial to our time. Wow.
Let me move
I'm going to
on.
give it to Gunther. I'm going to give
Okay.
it to Gunther. It's painful, but I am going to give it to Gunther over Pedro.
Don Maraca,
Jesus.
two-time champion, just as Pedro was.
Jesus.
I understand I don't have Pat Patterson on the list, but we could talk about him. We could talk about Patera, but,
No. Morocco.
Morocco over Gunther.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Why?
How many great matches did Morocco have in those defenses?
A lot.
A lot. And true or false, Morocco alone could sell out the Garden in an Intercontinental title
So
defense.
true.
Don Morocco. Magnificent
Wow.
Morocco.
All right.
Man, that hurt, by the
And-
way, because I think Gunther's reign has been unbelievable.
Do you want to go back to Macho Man?
Macho.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing with you,
I'm
dude.
going back to Macho.
We're
I'm
still
gonna
not
say,
done.
So far, we got Macho and Morocco.
The guy we claim was the greatest Intercontinental
He is
champion of all
still
time.
the greatest.
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect is the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. That's all there is
So
to it.
Gunther still remains number 4.
He has the longest reign, but he's not the greatest. You forgot one guy
Go ahead.
who deserves to be on this list.
Sure.
The 9-time record holder champion, Chris Jericho.
Good comment.
Deserves
I wasn't thinking
deserves
about
to be on this list. But
Problem
those
was the
reigns,
IC title was
it
like not that
I mean,
super
Ziggler's held
important.
it 7 times.
Right.
Miz has held it 7 times. They're
Right.
very famous Intercontinental champions,
Yes.
but their reigns were like 2 weeks, 3
Right,
weeks,
right.
whatever. So I guess at the end of the day, Mr. Perfect is the greatest of all time. Who do you put, Macho or Morocco? I mean, yeah, Macho or Morocco. Yeah, I got Perfect at number 1.
I'm gonna, even though I consider Macho Man a world champion,
Yeah,
I go Macho over Morocco.
and then Morocco.
Yeah,
And then
Gunther.
Gunther.
But Gunther has an opportunity
list.
with more great
Yes.
matches.
Yes. In ring work, Gunther. You know, I mean,
Gunther
my God,
incredible.
what a reign we're talking
And I got to
here.
tell you, his mic work is not bad.
I think he's great.
Do
I
not
think
break up
he's-
that faction.
Do not. No.
I agree.
Ludwig Kaiser's hilarious. He
I
cracks
just,
me
you know,
up.
before we move on, I haven't been looking at the comments, so we'll see what everybody says.
Yeah, sure. What do we got?
Jay Will says, everyone at school marked out the next day Morocco reversed the figure 4 leg lock on Jack Brickso in CWF as a kid. So true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Morocco was.
Luce says, Morocco on the mic was fire.
Oh, my God.
So true.
He was great.
Ooh, Benny Scala, so true. Give the Hammer some love.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Tito Santana.
Tito Santana.
Does Gunther bypass the Hammer and Tito Santana?
Wow.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
By the way, Mitch the Pitch Man in the house.
Wow, that's rough.
Davio Santana series was awesome. Luce also says Ken Shamrock, but let's stick to Valentine and Santana.
Wow, I'm torn up about that. Maybe Valentine. Maybe not Tina. But it's almost like you can't pick
You
one
can't
without
pick
the
one
other.
without the other. I agree.
All right, Benny. What's your opinion? I want Benny's opinion on
All right,
that.
well,
Valentine, Santana,
Jason Morning says
over Gunther or no?
Ultimate Warrior's reign drew bigger houses and drew more interest. Agreed.
Yeah, but we are talking about, you know, Gunther's reign has been pretty damn impressive, especially his in-ring work during it.
Lou says Honky Tonk drew a lot of money.
Nobody's saying that.
Yeah.
We're not saying that, you know. When you think about the fact that Gunther, now look, keep in mind, a lot of these guys, if not all these guys we're naming, was when the Intercontinental title was valid. Gunther has brought that back. That can't be lost here.
Yeah, that's
We
a great
cannot
point.
lose that fact, okay? Not only has he restored some legitimacy, actually a ton of legitimacy to the Intercontinental
way-
belt, but, you know,
People are saying his Intercontinental reign, Warrior, outdrew Hogan as world champion. Warrior was hot for a hot minute.
Right.
You can't argue
Yeah.
that. The guy was crazy
Right.
hot.
Right.
And he was a great
he
Intercontinental
sustained
champion.
for maybe a calendar year what
Yes.
Hogan sustained for, oh my God.
Scala
how many
says
years?
Valentine Morocco is his favorite IC champion.
Interesting. Very interesting. I can see that. Like I said, you know what? Then we're going to, it looks like Gunther's going to get bumped down a little further.
So you're going to go with Valentine and Tito?
I think almost we have to. That's why I was, you know, torn up. What do you think? I don't know.
Hard to argue.
That's rough,
Hard to
man.
argue.
That is rough.
The reason I hold Gunther in such high regard is because he restored the
He did.
Intercontinental
And you
title.
know something? The fact that we're even debating it is proof of how great Gunther's reign has been.
But hard to argue, right? You
no,
know, Valentine,
no, of
Santana,
course not. I mean, you know
Macho.
something? I know there's nobody screaming for Pedro, but that guy was an unbelievable
Here's a funny thing. I want big.
Intercontinental champion. Unbelievable Intercontinental
Jason say, how about Patterson as well? Of course, Patterson.
Patterson
Here's
was
the one
awesome.
funny thing. No one is disagreeing with us that
Okay.
Kurt Hennig was the greatest,
the greatest.
Intercontinental champion
He was
of all
absolutely
time.
perfect.
I want to see that argument. No one seems to be.
No,
Maria Davis says Orndorff. Orndorff never won the IC title,
Right.
right? I don't think. No,
And,
he didn't.
and if he
not.
did, I certainly don't recall.
No, he
it
did
in an
not.
Impressive way.
I'm 100% positive on that.
Yeah.
Davio says Valentine, Mr. Perfect, got to be 1 and 2, very close.
I can see it. Greg Valentine was the man.
Perfect was.
You know,
perfect.
Valentine's my favorite heel of all time. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard to argue.
it is, what a list though. What a great list.
It is a great list.
You know.
All right, moving on.